What's up, y'all? It's your girl Anjae Monea. This is the long-awaited makeup tutorial. You guys be blowing me up when I post on Instagram about my makeup. Like, what do you do, what do you do? What do you use, what do you use? And I'm finna tell y'all what I do, what I do, what I use, what I use. But first thing first, everybody take a moment and get into this. This is called the Anjae Monea Melt Band. It keeps your lace laid, bookie. You could be working out, you could be on the go. It could be that time when it's about time for you to take out that wig and style. You like, stylist's book can't get to her. You pop one of these on here and you still looking the way you're supposed to. You're doing your makeup, you washing the dishes, you wanna keep your lace laid. This is what you need, okay? So these are my $10 Anjae Monea melt bands. So this video is sponsored by these melt bands. Okay? So my face is already moisturized. I actually ran out of primer as of recently. So I'm not even gonna come on here and lie. I'm a woman of the Lord, so I would never fib. First thing that I'm gonna be doing is starting with my eyebrows. Look, I know nobody ain't out there judging me. My eyebrows are not like freshly waxed. Of course, clean brows is always gonna be best. I'm gonna start off with brushing my brows in the direction of which they grow. Please, you get an idea of the shape that you want to put for your eyebrows when you can see where it's going. Sometimes when you try to do like things it's not supposed to, it just looks like really like unorganized. So I just use like regular eyebrow pencils. This is like probably from the beauty supply store. Y'all stop blushing. I know y'all close to me, stop. Okay. I don't touch the front of my eyebrows. I think it should be a federal crime for me personally. Like some girls are able to do that, but for me, it just looks really boxy. I literally just focus on the back and I'm just filling in like the obvious like spaces. I start like in the middle of my brow first and start to create the shape. I don't really have like a crazy hook, so that's kind of what I do. I just go up a little bit. And then I just start to make my tail a little bit more longer and I just continue to build. Then I'm gonna use my spoolie to just brush it through. Remember guys, your brows are cousins and sisters, they're not twins. So this is what it looks like before I conceal it. I always try to like really aim to just get the shape of my brow without needing to use too much concealer and foundation. I use foundation first and then I go back and use concealer, but y'all gonna see. I am a girl, let me tell you something about this. Listen, Too Faced, hey girl, it's me. I really stand by your foundation with all my heart and I really feel like I should be sponsored. I have not turned my back on this foundation. I didn't turn my back on a couple people. They were deserving of it though. But I've never turned my back on this foundation. Like, the next thing I'm using is an angle brush. Some of these brushes that I'm using, I don't have a name for because I honestly don't know where like every single thing in my kit came from, but this is just a regular angle brush. I don't think I spent like any crazy money on this. I definitely like to use an angle brush more than anything. Okay, so I go in from like kind of towards the front. It just allows me to just glide it a lot easier. And then sometimes I take lightly and just go towards the front of my eyebrow. And that just allows everything to look more finished since I don't put makeup on my actual eyebrows hairs in the front. Then I decide how I want my tail to be. This is so interesting, like me actually making a YouTube video. Because I do this in my bathroom when I'm talking to myself. I'm in front of the camera, okay? I don't really get into the top of my brow for real, unless I really feel like I need to. I actually, when I'm putting on my foundation, I'll go in and I'll just like glide over the top of my eyebrow, but I don't really do that unless I know I like need to make my eyebrows a little thinner. I'm very, very light-handed when it comes to the top of my eyebrows because, whoo child. I started doing my eyebrows when I was in high school.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Bombastic side eye.
I would go in trying to like do what the makeup girlies did on YouTube, and I'm talking about the boxiest brow of all brows. And I always start like up here and then I bring it down because I find that if you just go immediately on the top of your brow, with like the makeup you just put on your brush, there's a possibility that you may put too much, and if that like combines with the brow pencil or the pomade, it could just, girl, just save it, just save it. The next thing that I'm gonna do is my foundation. So I graduated, y'all. Let me say what I did. I graduated from a beauty blender to a brush. So I went to Puerto Rico 2 years ago, and one of the girls on the trip that I was with, I was using basically only beauty blenders, and I was mixing like powders with my liquids. And because my beauty blender was wet, every time I would put that beauty blender on top of that powder, it would cause like these big like patchy spots under my concealer. Oh, she was like, you should use brushes. You should only use brushes. So I actually no longer use beauty blender. So I'm gonna use this. This is by Ulta. This is the Angle Foundation 14. I told you I got some stuff now. This is the Angle Foundation 14. And I'm using Born This Way in the color Chia. Chia. Girl, what if I'm saying that wrong? What if it's chai? That's a shame. Girl, this might be chai. It's no number, but it's CHAI. Let's never do, don't do me, never do me. I usually like to do my makeup doing like only one squirt. I'm gonna take my one squirt on my brush, and I like to just like literally like paint it on like that. I do one side, then the other, and I literally just start to like tap it on my skin like you see me doing. I'm gonna look back at this video and be like, I did my makeup like that. Y'all ever look back? I'm at a point in life, because I had this like moment a couple years ago where I had like glue up a little bit from high school, because I'm only 22. I glue up a little bit from high school, and I'm like, yeah, it's just not gonna get no better than this. Like I know how to beat my face, like, you know what I'm saying, my hair is giving, like it's really it, like I'm really her. I look back at those pictures now and I'm like, my God, I'm like, bear with me. The Lord is my strength. So I go down like this. I've been doing that for years. And then this is what I mean when I say I literally like brush over where my eyebrows is. Like I angle my brush to the side and I literally just brush over it. Okay, so now that I'm done tapping my face, I'm gonna come in with this Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer. This is also very full coverage. This is in the color Butterscotch, and I'm actually running out. Like what? Like, but actually, I've had this for a very long time. The reason why I like to get a lot of full coverage stuff is because it lasts. Like, you don't have to use a lot. And I go underneath my eyes like this. I kind of go out like that. Then I go down the middle. I do a dot right here. I can't do too much on my forehead or my chin because for some reason it just looks like a lot is going on. I don't know. And what I like to do is like, I kind of like to let my concealer like dry just a little bit. So I kind of, if I'm not in a rush, I'll like get on my phone. It's a lot better when it's dry because I feel like when it's wet, it just starts to spread a lot more and I don't really want that. Okay, so I like to start with doing this first. Down the middle. What's y'all favorite like concealer, foundation, all of that? I haven't been on makeup YouTube in a very long time because once I like begin to master the makeup look I'm about to show y'all now, I just didn't really feel the need to like keep looking, because for me, like I be trying to incorporate every good idea I see, like, oh, that was good, I'm gonna use that. And I had to learn the hard way, like you have to do makeup for your face. There's gonna be like so many videos and people are gonna say like, oh, like this works really well, but you have to remember like we all have different skin complexions, different undertones, facial structures, bone structures, brow shapes. Like you have to make sure that you're incorporating the information that you're getting from these videos, but for your face. I got this from Target. This is by RT200 and this is the Expert Face Brush. Sometimes I don't use the right brushes. It's okay because it still gives. Okay, so I just keep on blending this out as much as I can. The next thing I'm gonna use is my Mercier in Translucent Honey for under my eyes. So I used to like bake a lot when I was younger, like when I first started doing makeup, because That's what the makeup girlies on YouTube told me to do, so I did it. I didn't get a baking powder that really matched my skin complexion, so sometimes it was like this little white cast that I wasn't the biggest fan of. So now I use translucent, and I use it in honey, and I blow it off, by the way. I also don't brush it off all the way. Kind of like what it does when I put it onto my face. It just gives it like a very like, I don't know, almost like an airbrush effect. Can y'all tell the difference? I feel like this side just looks very like, you know, together, like just softer. This just looks like really hot and heavy. Through here, just a little bit. Any place that I put the concealer is where I'm gonna come in and do it at. So my next step is I'm going to contour my face. Y'all, this right here, that I'm using is Fenty Beauty. Y'all, this is the bomb, okay? This is the bomb. This is Mocha Mami in the color 8. Babe, when I was discovering my makeup look, I was like, I really like that reddish, like, you know what I'm saying, like that reddish undertone vibe. It's just very pigment, and it has like that reddish hue, but it's also dark enough for my face. So I love this. I'm gonna be coming in with my Morphe brush. This is M439. I believe I got this from Ulta, y'all. I only shop at Ulta. I'm not a Sephora girly. I don't think there's anything wrong with Sephora. I just really like Ulta. I don't know, I like the vibe, I like the perfumes. Like one tap picks up a lot of products, so I would advise you guys to definitely like be light-handed in the beginning. I know where I want my contour to be, which is right here on my cheekbones, and I just like pat it. And I don't go down too crazy. Hello. And I have on a wig, so y'all, when y'all wearing wigs, please make sure y'all don't get y'all contour on y'all wigs, because it will literally cause your lace to change whatever color that is, and we don't want that. So I'm just gonna do that on both sides. So the next step I do is I come right here on my chin. So when I was a little heavier, I've lost 20 something pounds, y'all, in the past couple months. You guys want some information? Because people actually been asking me about that too. Like my last few Instagram pictures, they like, uh-oh, not you slimming down. I said, not that girl, wait, don't wait. Let me not hurt nobody, okay? But I learned a couple tricks when I was chubby. And you know who said that? Rihanna. She said, you learn how to contour your face when your face gets fat. It's the truth. So I come in like, I used to go under here, but then I realized that wasn't really doing anything. I'll just go like on top right here, on top. And now I just look a little, I'm gonna go right here too, because I don't want my chin looking pointy. And I'm gonna use my Mercier to go underneath my contour. See, I'm learning stuff though, guys, that when you do underneath your contour, you wanna use a setting powder that's almost closer to your skin complexion. And that makes a lot of sense, because there's been times where I would do this and I would love how snatched it makes my face, but then like, it just look really, really bright, and I would have to keep like brushing it so it's not super obvious. I go under here, I try to be light with it, and I'm gonna show you guys, like, if y'all are still using like the same color one, how to finesse it so that it doesn't look super bright. If you have like facial hairs, which we all have facial hairs, but if your facial hairs are like a little bit more coarse, I feel like the reason why you see it a lot more is because like the powder is being like held in the hairs. This is my science. I have this brush from Huda Beauty. My mom is up, she loves Huda. This is a bake and blending brush. This is from Ruby Kisses No More Blemishes powder in the color golden brown. I'm gonna take what I just put there and just take a little bit of this, and I'm gonna just go underneath where I just put that powder. And I find that that just kind of cancels it out a lot more. I'm gonna come back in with this brush, and I'm gonna just pow, pow, pow. I've never done my makeup for real in like this bright before. And sometimes I like avoid going in certain lightings when doing my makeup, because I be like, it can confuse you. So this is a brush that I stole from my friend, yay! So I use this brush to contour my nose. So let's get into the NOSE. What I do is I take and put a little bit on my brush. I like to build on my contour because I used to like I would put so much because I couldn't tell at first, and then I look up and I'm like, yikes. Okay, let's calm it down some. So I like to build, I like to take my time, and I also like to start up here for my nose. And then I like to come down here. I'll bring it in my eye. Like, this is the color of my eyes. Cause I'm not a big, like, I don't really do like eyeshadow and stuff like that. I don't think I'll ever really be an eyeshadow girl. I don't know. And these are also lash extensions. I got them done by my friend. Her name is Des. She's in Atlanta and her business is called Shanti Studios. So y'all check her out. So yeah, I do that and then I come back down on my nose. I'll kind of come in right here and just like tap, 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 tap underneath my eye. I use this LA Girl Pro Concealer for my nose, or I'll just use the Too Faced. This is in the color Fawn. I just take my finger. Guys, I've had this product for so freaking long. Honestly, don't even know when I'm gonna need another one. But this is called Putty Blush by e.l.f. It looks like, I told you guys, I'm really like a big fan of those reddish types of tones. So I'm not really the pink girl. I bought a pink one, but it was like the same color as my sign. Like, girl, who is gonna put that on? Not me. So I'm gonna tap this. I try not to tap too much because this product, the reason why it lasted so long, I tapped it 3 times. And y'all can see that this is clearly on here. So, and honestly, y'all, it's so much in here. So I actually start on my contour and then I go up. To me, it just allows me to have a little bit of a better guide. And if I have too much product, I can place it there where it's already kind of has my same tones versus me putting all of that redness on the top of my face. Then I take and I do like a little dab on my nose. I don't know why I do that, y'all. I don't even think that makes much of a difference. So I literally put it low. I don't put it actually near it because this stuff, like I said, it's full coverage. It spreads like a wildfire. I don't like having super duper like bright anything. That's scary to me. Oh girl, you're cute. I like to go ahead and just start to blend it and then I just come upwards. So I blend, then I come up. As I am looking forward to a new makeup routine. I just want new stuff. I feel like things are evolving. I feel like I gave for the past season in my life. I feel like this was eating every time. But I want to increase my skills. So I am going to be doing a lot of makeup videos because whatever you do a lot, you get good at. Before we spray our face, because if you are doing your makeup and you don't put no setting spray on your face, that should be a federal crime and you should be in jail. Because when you spray your face, it literally blends everything together. It just gives life to what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is cool, this is cute. But when I spray it, it's like all my lines just fade away in the mist. So I'm gonna come in with my my baby size MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. Y'all, I got my makeup done in like 2019 and the MUA lined my lips with this, right here. I said, put it in the bag. I don't wanna make a scene. I don't want you to have to call the cops. We can put it in the bag. I naturally have that, is this the Cupid's bow? I like try to do a fake lip combo, but I just found that certain stuff just works better for me. Sometimes I like to come down a little bit more, so it just kind of gives that like gradient brown effect. And I'll just go ahead and put it on my lips. It's pink. It's really kind of like a pinkish red, but look how it gives. So I went to Ulta. I went to Ulta the other day to get some more mascara, and she was like, this is what the girls are getting. It's only $4. It's only $4. It's called Essence Lash Princess, and this is the False Lash Effect mascara. Apparently it's really good, and she said the only con is like it may dry out a little faster than like a $30 one, but like by a week. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I only put like mascara on my bottom lashes. I usually have lash extensions on my bottoms, but I didn't have enough time to get that done the last time I got my lashes filled. I only use NYX or NYX setting spray because it hits, but I have a combo. So I use the dewy finish, barely anything in here, but this is the matte to combine both of them. So I'm actually gonna spray the matte first. And the reason why I do so is like, I feel like it's based off what works for your skin. Like if you did your makeup and you used moisturizer that kind of have you just looking really glossy and moisturized, which is the goal, but you kind of look like a little sweaty, I feel like coming on top with a dewy is just gonna make it look a little bit it's just a little too wet for me. So if you use a matte first, it's gonna dry it out a little bit, then come in with the dewy, it just balances it perfectly. So sometimes you have to see what your skin needs. So if I'm looking too moisturized, I just do matte first, then a little dewy, and if I'm looking too dry, I usually do a bunch of dewy and then some matte. Spray a lot of setting spray. Oh, I have to do a little mole because there's this very huge pimple on my face and I'm not going for that. This is the finished look. Hi, my name is Anjae Monea and I'm here to take your heart and your money. Yay. I got somewhere to be in 30 minutes. Y'all know how black girls is. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be connected with me, because I'm gonna be coming back to back with the heat, okay? Back to back with the heat. It's hot. Bye. See y'all